Hello, Critical Conversation Bros here. I'm Behold Greatness, and this is
Top Row Bubba.
fresh off our return from Cleveland, where we went and saw what?
SummerSlam.
What else did we see? We saw something else while we were out there, right? GCW, yeah. And lots of good shopping and a very, very good dinner as well.
Haunted House Restaurant.
Wow.
Fantastic. And I survived Michael Myers.
Yeah, what a great time that was. He was clearly a wrestling fan as well.
100%.
He was doing You Can't See Me, Bullet Club. Yeah, that guy was a wrestling fan, there's no doubt.
Might have been John Cena.
It very well could have been. He was slightly jacked. I don't know if he felt how tight his grip was.
No.
So, yeah, good times. Let's hop right into it. We got out there, I'd say around lunchtime Friday.
Yes. Yeah.
You saw somebody.
I did.
Who did you see?
Liv Morgan.
Wow. And she's not only taller than you, but way more attractive.
Maybe by a little bit.
Yeah.
Taller than me, but definitely more attractive.
Absolutely.
TV doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, glad you got to live that dream out there. That's great for you.
Yeah.
A wonderful time. And then
I was quite nervous, to be honest.
Then we got to our hotel room later on after we got soaked eating, and we saw a guy steal a catalytic converter. That was interesting.
It was great.
But you never know what you're going to see. But our hotel room was fantastic.
Ran into the Miz at the Superstore.
Sure did. And we saw Candace as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. Lots of enjoyment.
That was the first part of finding out how ran through Cleveland is.
Oh boy, we'll get to that in just a little bit. Friday we got to our room, great room, we got all set up. Then we went and saw a GCW event. Wow.
GCW.
There were some major ex-WWE stars there. We're talking Jinder Mahal, Matt Hardy. I mean, wow.
Reggie. Don't forget about Reggie.
Or Scripps, whatever you want to call him.
Reggie.
What a incredible show they put on at that venue. It was fantastic. I loved everything about it. It was
kind of door after door after door after door after. It's kind of like they had a door-making factory underneath the ring.
Yeah, somebody was keeping either Lowe's or Home Depot in business. But yeah.
Yeah, so if you're missing wood, check GCW.
Yeah, but we even saw Zillify too. I mean, what an incredible show. We were privileged to be there in attendance and watch that. For me, that was the better choice than SmackDown. It usually always is, especially right before Premium
100%.
Live event. What an incredible show.
Our seats were outstanding for the price.
Yeah. We got our best bang for the buck. There's no doubt about that. So we enjoyed that show. It was kind of a late night.
Yeah, about midnight.
Yeah.
So it was a long day.
Then we got up fairly early the next day for our adventures. And adventures we did have.
Yeah.
We were all over.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. We ate some good food. I'm not going to knock the food. The food was good.
Yeah, this was after being let down because we went to the Haunted House Restaurant to try to get in, and they pretty much said reservations only, and it's booked up all weekend long.
And we'll double back to that, but we got lucky. Parking is at a premium in Cleveland. I would have to say this is one of our top 2 downfalls and bugaboos with where this was held.
I added quite a few more gray hairs to this little head of mine.
When you choose to pay $60 to park to avoid headache, that is not good. Yeah.
Just say it's ran through. Cleveland, if you want to go to Cleveland for a sporting event, good luck. Because I guess they can't afford to put a parking lot with their stadium.
It was, I'll call it mayhem is what I'll call it.
Wow. And we walked almost a mile to the stadium Saturday night.
That's the longest mile of my life.
And
I think it was longer.
It was just a lot of walking on a semi-bummed ankle, healing ankle. It just, do better. I hope their $1 million renovations.
It was like $451 million or something approved for them. So.
I hope they help that stadium because
the bathrooms were atrocious. That was my second biggest gripe of the weekend. Those bathrooms were terrible.
I know minor league sporting stadiums that are better.
Now we're not going to totally bash. Cleveland and the stadium because the layout inside was fine. I was fine with the layout inside of the stadium and how they set up for the match itself.
If I wouldn't be a Ravens fan and been to M&T Bank Stadium, I would maybe agree with you, but sorry, it's not cutting it for me.
Listen,
that stadium has seen one too many sporting events.
But I will say the layout for the actual show itself was not terrible. I wasn't a fan of the zip-tied chairs, which was terrible.
WWE, I don't understand that, but
some of the layout was confusing. We'll say that. Before we go into we'll talk about the matches and then we'll give this a review overall because we got a deep dive into this. And let's just start right out of the gate. No particular order. What did you think of the LA Knight Logan Paul match?
Well, the right man won.
Yes.
They listened, they agreed with me that LA Knight, deserves some gold.
He does.
And
it was incredible. He deserved it.
I will give props to Logan Paul. That springboard move off the top rope was
awesome.
Pretty impressive. It was very good.
We got to see MGK.
Yes. Good old buddy Nick got his sign ripped up.
Yeah, we're on TV there. It was an exciting time.
For a hot minute, you could see my little face there yelling at Logan Paul. I won't say what I said. It's not for YouTube.
Not PG-13.
But I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, that was a great moment for us. That might have been one of the peak moments of the night because. Boy, we were really amped up at that point. I love the outcome. The match was all right itself. LA Knight deserved the big win, so I'm happy.
I would say, honestly, it's probably either the second or third best match on the whole card, so I agree.
Let's move on to the next Intercontinental Championship. Sami versus Braun Breaker.
Sami held on to his own a little bit more than I thought. But obviously, we all knew Braun was going to win. He deserved to win.
This made sense.
I mean, the match was really what it was. You weren't going to really... I didn't feel like you were going to get much more.
No. Not for what it was meant to be. This is a good win for Braun. A great start to his...
Yeah, and he actually looks pretty good.
His legacy.
Gold, so...
Yeah. I'm happy for him. He deserves this moment. He's worked hard, and he's got that family lineage, and I really hope he can stack up to that.
Yeah, and Nick and Cody got to meet him on Sunday. We did not go to that free meet and greet.
And I really hope he does Steiner math first at some point. That would really make me happy.
Probably better math than you can do, so
possibly.
Whatever.
All right, what's next?
We got we'll hit the first match on the card here. We had Liv Morgan against Mommy Rhea Ripley. And
this was match of the night for me. This was
100% match of the night.
Chef's kiss. Cinema.
Fantastic.
It was good.
I hope we don't see an end to this storyline.
I love it.
It's only getting better.
It is highly entertaining in every way.
I kind of had that feeling that Dom was definitely going to switch and save Liv from Mommy. So he's a lucky man. Got to make out with Liv Morgan. So
the envy was real.
I think every man is jealous of Dom. And then after he went and got his tendies. So.
Yeah. Yep, he did.
Yeah, so that match definitely lived up to the hype, and I think they did fantastic. So I can't really gripe anything about that match.
No, I don't have anything negative on that match. It was that was what you expected it to be. It had a little bit of everything that you wanted from it, and I think it leaves room for it to continue on a little bit as it should.
Yeah.
Next one, man.
Bayley and Nia.
Whew. This left me a little more to be desired. I wanted a little more from it. I wanted Tiffy time to cash in. I didn't get that. I just got her being the distraction, Nia winning.
We didn't even get a fake cash in or I'm going to cash in. We didn't get anything.
It was just
and
very meh.
I don't know how it was on TV, but that crowd was not into this match.
No, for us being there, the electricity wasn't there for that match, and it was a shame because let me tell you something right now. I got pictures to prove it. Then we'll have to put pictures of. Boy, Bayley looked awesome.
Bayley did, and I feel bad for her because, I mean, like, again, the crowd was not into that match, so I'm sure that didn't help.
I think it's a product of Nia. You can only get so excited about her, and Tiffy's the only positive thing about Nia right now.
Yep.
And we're going to hang on to that, and they're going to ride that. They're going to use Nia's dislike to really propel Tiffany, which I understand. I just felt like Bayley deserved better.
I agree.
Moving on. Wow. Damian Priest versus Gunther. Oh, boy. Where do we begin?
Damian's title run was good. He, they started pushing him a good bit. His character is getting much better. I'm excited to see where he heads as a face now instead of a heel. The match in itself was decent. I feel like, again, the crowd was semi-dead. I think a lot of that has to do with Gunther. He's just not a fun person to watch. All you get from his is chops, and he's terrible on the mic and whatnot.
And the occasional, mid-power.
And I really don't understand why WWE put a title on Gunther. I really don't.
Well, we know why. We know why he's so protected. Because obviously he's only lost 3 times since being on the active roster, by the way, cleanly. We know that they're going to Berlin, the Bash in Berlin, and obviously, I alluded to it, it's Randy versus him now, which they got unfinished business. That's fine. Dude, putting the title on him is just to do it for, like when they did the Jinder Mahal before they went to India that one time. Like,
sure, that's probably the only reason.
They just threw the bone there, and like, for me, Gunther doesn't deserve it. Like, a lot of people think he does. He got in shape, he did this, he did that. Bro, he's boring on the mic.
He is.
Boring in the ring. The people don't want to see him. I was out there with everybody, and there was more booze for that clown than anybody else, or let's call him a bozo. There was a lot of booze, a lot of dislike. Nobody wanted to see that. Everybody was cheering for Damian Priest. Damian Priest is held in high regard right now.
Yeah, and he's, he's kind of became a big, he's probably up there popularity. It gets pretty loud. Like when Jay and all them guys come out.
He's of that level
Damian's
of pop.
Improved a lot.
He has.
In that fact.
And of course, Gunther.
And I've always been a Damian guy.
Gunther got his lackey back.
Of course he did.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Of course he would.
Just to be the little mouthpiece.
Trash.
Don't like it. Just not feeling it. I don't know where they go forward from here. You got a great storyline with Randy. But I don't have a lot of faith in them rectifying it and giving Gunther a loss in Berlin, so I don't know.
I'm excited to see if we get a Judgment Day and a Judgment Day OG.
Yeah, kind of like the Bloodline stuff. Yeah, let's split up, and they're calling them the Twin Towers at the moment. I don't know if that is just a random...
so now we're going to have a mixed team.
So we'll see. Great. Weird things happening.
Love it.
Wow, this next match, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to dive into this. CM Punk versus Drew with Seth Rollins, a special guest referee. Wow, what a interesting match that was.
Go ahead.
Oh, boy. Okay, listen. They made that entire match about a wristband, basically. I feel like that was kind of beneath Punk. I felt like you could have done better. The match itself had some really good moments. There were some great moments. But it left a lot to be desired. I know I can get more out of Drew. I know I can get more out of Punk. And I didn't want to see that guy shopping in Becky's closet get as involved as he did. But he got a GTS for his troubles. And then he got squashed on Monday because he was so terrible. And he can take a hike for a little bit, take a little rest. Because they made Bronson Reed a star at his disposal. And I'm okay with it because I need a little break from Seth right now. Becky been cooking too much food for that guy. He needs to take a chill pill. CM Punk and Drew are far from done. This did not end this back and forth for me. There's more to be had of this because it didn't really settle anything. Go ahead, buddy.
I was 100% let down by this match. They're building this up to just have, I hate to say this and I'm very sorry, but I feel like a kid booked this match.
I mean,
it was terrible.
It felt that way.
And like he said, it was all about a bracelet. Okay, cool, you can incorporate that. I'm okay with that. But I feel like that's what the entire match surrounded it by.
It was too much.
That bracelet.
It was too much.
Okay, I kind of like the part where Seth took the bracelet. You could use that. But there was no... I was so frustrated and let down that we've had months and months of build-up for this match, and for it to only feel like it was a 2K set match and you were handicapped because you didn't have promos.
And it was a terrible, terrible ending.
Or, things to put in for, your universe mode to make this match better. Yes, 2K, that's a shout out. Your universe mode is trash.
It's been ran through.
But this was probably the second best match I was looking forward to outside of the Liv and Rhea match, and I was completely torn down.
It was a letdown, for sure.
It wasn't even about CM Punk losing. Like, that, the match had nothing. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm just so frustrated that, yeah, this is going to continue. Cool. But where are we going to take it from here? Is the next match going to be about a wristband? Or are we actually going to get a return of AJ Lee and maybe Larry? And
which to interrupt, we got no returns with the exception of if you count MGK. And we got a choke slam from Jelly to the Roll.
Yeah.
To A-Town Down Flounders, or whatever their name is. Trash Can Boys. Yeah, choke slam. Good. He's probably got the best choke slam in WWE right now, outside of Damian Priest, which is sad.
But anyway, I mean, CM Punk looked pretty decent for not wrestling for a while.
Fucking old man.
Yeah, he is old. But I was extremely let down. It really set my mood for the night. I'm sorry, but yeah, I wasn't a fan. I had high hopes, high stakes. Maybe I set the bar way too high. Maybe that was my fault, and maybe I set the bar way too high. But this guy was let down. I don't know if anybody else was, but and it wasn't even. I wore my CM Punk shirt. It's not even that CM Punk lost. I just wanted a great, entertaining, story-filled match outside of the bracelet to entertain me, and I wasn't entertained outside of 2 or 3 things during the match of, like, when Seth took the bracelet, what was going to happen, and whatnot. Yes, that was cool, but outside of that, I wasn't entertained. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
All right, moving on. We'll see where that goes in the future. The main event. Cody Rhodes versus Solo.
I do got one thing to put in. I was happy that we did finally get like a special guest referee match. It's been a while for that. So, I mean, on that note, yes, cool. I'm glad. But now we're probably just going to get a Hell in a Cell match that they've already rumored for bad blood. So, anyway, moving on now.
All right. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, main event for the championship. Semi-delivered?
No.
No?
No.
Didn't even semi?
Let down again.
Another letdown.
Yep. So we got the Bloodline Rules match. Okay, again, I'm going to say maybe my expectations were set a little too high from WrestleMania. But I was let down. I was figuring, okay, of course we're going to get Randy and KO coming out to help Cody. It's kind of a given. And then you had Solo. He had his lack dogs and the botch guy and, Tom Matunga. And,
Poor Tonga Loa. Oh,
and then you had Jacob Fatu.
That guy's a menace.
By the way, if he sold that, that was 100 out of 10 sell because everybody thinks you're freaking broken, bro. All right? Like, that leg looked terrible. So for you to sell that and to sell it in a foot cast, props. Maybe you should be the one facing Cody, not Solo.
Let me tell you something. Jacob was outstanding in that
was.
moment, though. The splash, everything was outstanding. And if he was not injured and he was just selling being injured, it was chef's kiss perfect. Because we were all convinced. It looked real. It felt real. I was like, oh, shit, what's going to happen next? And, boy, we only got one big thing happening in that match.
Roman.
And that was the return.
100% Roman.
Which was alluded to when Cody was walking his dog.
Yeah.
For the one last time. And then he met up with Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson gave us that little clue.
Yeah.
And which we expected it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Roman made his triumphant return with questionable music.
Questionable?
Questionable. Because I see a lot of people complaining, so I'll say questionable.
It was like his last two theme songs put together in one.
They weren't happy.
I thought it was great.
I liked it, but there's people complaining.
Why?
There's people complaining.
Okay, because, Def Rebel can make other great theme songs. Okay, a la Happy Corbin.
Listen, all I'm saying is there's a lot of complaints about it, but clearly it didn't affect sales of Roman Reigns' belt. That's sold out.
2 hours.
Okay.
2.
New shirt sold out.
Yeah.
OTC. Let's tell the people at home that pop was legit though when he came out.
100%. I stood on a chair.
The pop was real. I think I was even recording because it was crazy.
It was fantastic.
Wow. The pop.
And this is why WWE will never or should never let Roman Reigns get out of their sights.
Yeah, cash cow.
He is 100% the
milk him.
The
milk him for all he's worth. His boy.
He is pretty darn close to the MJF of AEW. If not better.
His presence just going by us and heading in, it was something. The aura was there. You felt the atmosphere change. The interactions that he had, he speared Solo. Which, we expect that. He came in, Superman punch right out of the gate, which that was exciting.
Yeah.
Then he gave the spear, and then that look he gave Cody, that look of respect, like, hey, when this is over, we have unfinished business.
Right, it was between respect and don't worry, I'm coming for that title.
Yeah, like, when this is all over, we're going to pick up where we left off.
And they should.
And that's fine, because he even did it when they got out of the ring. They made eye contact again. And, there's that mutual respect because, Cody got one on him, and they're 1-1 now. But now it's time for the next chapter, and Roman's going to take care of this bloodline business. And it's going to get messier before it gets cleaner.
But I kind of thought we were going to get Zilla. And maybe there's...
Because he was there. He was in the crowd.
Friday. I kind of thought we may get Jimmy finally. I'm guessing they're saving him for Friday.
Maybe even Hikuleo. We didn't get nobody.
Just let down on returns outside of Roman. I mean, Roman was, of course, we kind of all knew Roman was coming.
So it
wasn't really a surprise.
There was no real surprises. It was kind of boring in that aspect. No surprises.
But the response to his return was outstanding.
Yeah.
It was well deserved.
The people we were with obviously made the experience fantastic for us. Afterwards, exiting the stadium, not so much.
Wow.
What mayhem.
You talk about a packed street.
Yeah.
Wow. I've left football stadiums from games, and I don't remember seeing that kind of a scene.
I think for an hour and a half I told like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Was it really that? I don't think it was that long.
Okay, maybe an hour. It was like
and
an
hour.
hour.
It was weird because, like, once we got past the police car that was just sitting in the middle of the road, we were fine.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like when you're driving down the road, everybody slows down. That's how it was while walking. I just don't understand.
It was something.
So I've never witnessed that leaving sporting events before. So first for me, and it kind of just topped off the whole city of Cleveland ran through trash area. It was terrible.
Listen,
parking garages.
Calm down.
I just
calm down. Listen,
I'm sorry, but you cannot pay this guy to go back into the city of Cleveland. You couldn't even give me a free AFC Championship game ticket, field level, to see my Ravens play Cleveland. I still wouldn't go.
I think it was an interesting time for us getting back to the car. We didn't get lost, but let me tell you something. It was a long trek. We had to figure out how to even get to our car.
What? That $60 parking garage that I parked in did pay off leaving the stadium because we did not wait hardly at all. And so, thank you!
And I think we even hit Circle K for snacks before bed.
We did. Because we were hungry.
Shout out to Circle K.
We were going to go to Taco Bell till we saw that line was ran through as well.
It was. So then the next day, we kind of woke up and we're like, it was that haze of what had happened the night before.
I woke up, I went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, I come out of the bathroom, and this guy goes, "Oh, guess what?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Guess what I just booked?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just got us reservations for 7:15 at the Haunted House restaurant."
And that was like the restaurant we were most looking forward to going, and it did not disappoint.
So, and on Saturday-ish, we kind of decided, all right, we're going to stay an extra night. So we booked the hotel for an extra night Saturday driving home from SummerSlam. So that's kind of what made that possible. So that was great. So we kind of just visited malls, which, let me tell you, we went to
top notch
2 different malls, and it definitely gave you the hair standing up, knowing that, okay, America is back from what we all endured in 2020 and 2021, whatever. I mean, it was packed.
The malls were alive
packed,
and well.
And there was lots of stores, and it was absolutely the greatest feeling for me.
Yeah.
Knowing that, okay, so somewhere has a mall.
Yeah.
I'm like, around here.
Ours is ran through.
It's terrible.
But hey, I got to have an orange Julius, which was delicious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had Mexican for lunch. I don't remember the name of the place.
We did.
But it was top notch.
Yeah.
Cilantro something. It was
very
outstanding.
good.
It was
I got a bowl for the first time ever. I always, like, when I go to Chipotle, I always just get burritos. I got a bowl for the first time, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. And then...
and the price wasn't even bad either.
No.
So, and they loaded that thing.
And that margarita was legit.
It was good.
Arriba. But yeah, we had a great time.
And then we stopped at some thrift stores.
We did.
Because, we're weird and go thrift shopping.
Hey, and we got a WWE shirt to hang up.
It wasn't my size, but it was cool.
But it's cool. We got it anyway.
Got a Cleveland Cavaliers shirt that was autographed, and we did a little bit of research. So
yeah,
maybe who knows?
Nice little cash grab. But yeah, we had a great time. Doing oddball stuff.
It was
really enjoying it. We were being tourist.
Yeah, and
since we're from a tourist town.
So like I've I've went to Florida numerous times, and yeah, I go to certain places, but I don't just drive or just go look at things. So it was kind of cool to just kind of like
we saw NASA.
We did.
We saw NASA. Cool. We saw a plane land.
We did.
A plane land was awesome.
We were at a shoe place. We saw NASA shoes.
We did, and really should have got those shoes because they were pretty awesome.
They were pretty awesome.
That might be a revisit at some point.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't buy much for myself, but I bought stuff for my kid.
You did buy a bunch of stuff for your kid. I didn't really buy much either for myself. I got a few things.
We bought more food than anything. And
yeah, I enjoyed food though. I did.
You had Sbarro's.
Yeah. And even the third restaurant that we went to after we were let down from the haunted house, we stopped at one. We just
it was New Heights.
Yep, it was a brunch.
Shout out to the Kelseys.
We weren't feeling it. We went down the street at like 2 stores, and seafood place. Looked at that menu. I looked at him. I was like,
didn't hit.
Just not feeling it. I was getting a weird vibe. So we were like, all right, whatever. We'll go down to the New Heights place because it's what I thought was where we were looking at after we got shut down from the other restaurant.
Right.
And it's a good choice.
Food was outstanding.
Yeah, the food was great. Our waitress was outstanding. She was really cool.
She turned me on to this incredible Cuban that I had that was on a pretzel roll.
Yeah, she's
oh my goodness.
Funny.
Yeah.
We were laughing because I told her that I'm not a sweet potato fan, but I do like certain sweet potato fries.
And I had them.
And she's like, well, if you don't like sweet potatoes, why would you get sweet potato fries? And I'm like, well, there are a few that I like. But I didn't get them, but I did try one of his, and they were really good. So.
Yeah.
I had a shrimp po' boy, which was very good. It was a mess. So we sat there, did that, enjoyed some Olympics while we were eating.
We got to see a gold medal get won.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
So that was pretty fun, and then we headed to the stadium for SummerSlam. So.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that was quite interesting. I mean, it was packed when we got there already, and we got there at like 4:30. Show starts at 7.
I saw plenty of Macho Mans.
It was cool. They had a sign making area.
We did make signs.
So that was cool.
Tribal Queef was popular.
So I mean, my whole weekend was fun. It was the whole SummerSlam experience. I would literally give maybe a 5, to be honest.
Like the actual show itself.
Yeah.
A 5 out of 10. And that's about what I give it. But the entire weekend as a whole?
Yeah, I would give it a 7.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I enjoyed where our hotel was. Our hotel was great.
Fantastic
We
location.
had a little kitchen in there, and for the price, we
were right across from Walmart, Target. I mean, the mall. It was great.
It was an outstanding area. It was really, really cool. It didn't feel like you were in the city. So we were, 8 miles from the stadium?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So it's not like we were far. So, yeah, I mean, that area was nice. I would do that area again and go to the haunted house restaurant.
In fact, we plan on going back at some point for
I did find a really cool glow mini golf thing down there.
I saw that as well. I wish I had seen it sooner. I would have done it. That's
exactly.
For sure. So it's on the list. So overall, it was still a great experience. I'm glad I got to do one of the big 4, as they call it.
Yeah.
We did WrestleMania. We did SummerSlam. This takes a way back seat, though, to WrestleMania.
Yes. I was telling him last night, because we were watching the storm come in, and I put on WrestleMania XL behind the scenes and stuff. We were watching that before the storm hit, and I kind of said that it made me appreciate WrestleMania a little more.
Yeah. The storyline development, the dedication, the deepness of it all, the payoff just was at a different level.
And even just the city in itself, and the trying to think of the word, like just the
layout,
the layout and the parking, and just it made it where you didn't feel like you were really in a rush. Like I felt like I was a little more on vacation.
Yeah.
To where being in Cleveland, I really didn't feel like I was on vacation.
Right.
Like outside of everything else we did.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just my opinion. didn't really enjoy the actual city of Cleveland. And I've heard a couple other people that I've talked to say pretty much the same thing. So.
Yeah. But hey, we thank them for being gracious hosts to SummerSlam, doing the best that they could. I feel like their sports commission's a little stricter than others.
Yeah.
It affected GCW because there was no blood at GCW, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
But it didn't damper that card.
GCW card was outstanding.
Yeah.
And my personal opinion, that GCW show was better than SummerSlam.
And as controversial as that might be, I bet if you ask anybody that went to that show, they'll probably corroborate that.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
GCW, thanks for
shout out to
another
you guys.
Great show.
Matt Cardona, man, he doesn't get enough credit right now. Moving on a little bit, there was something special that happened yesterday. The Wyatt Six made their in-ring debut.
You mean Monday? We're on Wednesday, buddy.
Sorry. So Monday, what were your feelings?
Yeah,
on that?
my good old buddy Nick and Cody went to the show.
What were your feelings on that show?
I cried like a little baby. I did. Seeing the rocking chair with the lantern and actually hearing Bray's music again. I think I've definitely figured out that there probably is no sixth member. That sixth member is that lantern. So, and that is Bray. So, which is cool, and I'm okay with that. So, if we don't get Alexa on the Wyatt Six, I'm okay. I think she's gonna be involved somehow, even if she's not a part of it. Same way, I think Braun down the road will be involved somehow. So outside of that, that match was fantastic. They did great. Joe Gacy looked outstanding. Dexter Lumis, man, looked amazing. Eric Redbeard, thank you. You looked amazing. And you did the yeah after I called it.
He did. He called it. It was funny, man.
So yeah, I thought it was well worth staying up till 11 o'clock, 2 hours past my bedtime, to watch it. I regret it the next day, but it was well worth it. So I think you did great, outstanding for that debut, and awesome.
I felt outside of that, Raw didn't deliver much. Right?
I agree.
I don't think it. Everybody was saying how great that show was. It didn't really set anything up for me. Otherwise, I mean, besides the obvious that we knew we were going to get of Randy and
so I'm going to
Gunther.
be controversial again.
Be controversial.
But after 2 years of waiting, brother, we get Odyssey Jones.
That might have been one of the craziest shocks of the night, and second best highlight of the night for me.
But Odyssey Jones got more views than Mercedes.
My God, are we really on this? We're gonna tear down all the wrestling.
Help me here.
No, I'm not helping you. You sink and swim. Listen,
Mercedes. It was two other people, I can't remember their names, but it was the big names AEW signed, and Odyssey Jones outviewed them.
Listen,
so again,
a great debut for him.
That shows that there are more than 200 freaking people watching this show.
Listen, it was a great showing for Odyssey Jones, although it's going to make Xavier turn heel. So that joy is not going to last long. So I don't know where they go from here.
And I can't wait to see what they do with Bronson Reed. That is the only exciting part of Raw.
Instant superstar in the making
buddy.
from destroying Seth. I love that. That was fantastic.
So thank you, WWE, for doing that right.
So there were some highlights of Raw, but the whole Sonya Deville group, damage control thing didn't really entice me. I didn't like it.
But we're about to get the Lucha Bros.
Oh, yeah.
Penta
Acero. Which is fine. We get the Lucha Bros, and that's great, but they haven't really proven that they know how to book them properly outside of Rey Mysterio, so I don't know. We'll wait and see. It does feel like we're getting people to do trio stuff, though. So we'll see. Big things yet to happen. There's a lot to unfold for Bash in Berlin, and it seems like we're going to slowly get some direction for Bad Blood, because I feel like that is going to be a big show for them.
To be honest, I feel like they've put more effort into Bad Blood already than they have freaking Bash in Berlin.
That's the way it feels, because the seeds have been planted, so we'll see what happens from it.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Tuesday night, we believe in Joe Hendry, but we had a very terrible heel turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because we didn't get to watch.
I watched the highlights. Unfortunately.
Yeah, we didn't watch NXT because we had a terrible storm come through, so we were kind of hindered by that.
But
so,
Mr. Wesley turning heel hurts my heart and yours.
Yeah.
Because I love MSK, and I really didn't want Nathan Frazier and Axiom keeping those titles. They're like,
right.
It's like me putting the straps on 2 garbage cans. I'd rather not.
But we do believe in Joe Hendry.
We do. And this guy's box office, wherever he goes, and there's something really cooking with him, and we'll see what it really is. Yeah, exciting times. Wrestling just keeps floating on a high, whether they feel like they totally deliver or not. The fans are at an all-time engaging high. They're selling out shows or selling out merchandise. It's a cash cow. And Triple H seems committed to what he's doing, and I don't have a gripe with that. So we'll see what direction he takes this ship going forward.
Probably could have floated that ship down through Pennsylvania yesterday, or at least this area.
Yeah, with as much rain as there was. But now we are getting to a special time of the show. We are at the shout out time. Who's up first? Oh no, I'm not acknowledging. Screw you.
Acknowledge the T-shirt Tony guy.
That guy, yes.
He is the official apparel maker of the Critical Conversation Bros.
Funny Farm Apparel Company. Shout out.
And his shirts are hanging in the Critical Conversation cave.
Yes, they are.
So please check his Facebook out for the Funny Farms Apparel.
Yes. And shout out to Myers Meadows. Best wiffle ball around. John and Tom Turnbull. Great guys.
And our merchandise is on the Discord channel. I will have prices here soon. He is very busy, so it's moving a little slower than I would like, but I promise it's coming.
A process.
We got Looney Goons Productions.
Ooh.
RJ and Neil, check them out. They have a YouTube channel. They're rappers. They rap. Hopefully I'll be getting my shirt soon so
we can rep it.
Yes.
You never know what we're gonna wear on the show.
Especially you.
Shout out to Joe Cool, Snoopy. I love peanuts.
You look like you just came from that boat floating down.
Yeah. I just need a white chair. But anyway.
And we got 118 Wrestling, Ryan, who we met at WrestleMania from
Scotland.
Yes.
Great fella. Also, doubling back a little bit, shout out to Steph and Sam. Great friends. Hopefully going to watch Bash in Berlin with them.
Sorry, Sam, that I ripped your heart away and met Lev Morgan, but
yeah,
had to.
Speaking of that, also, let's shout out Cody and Nick and what's the other guy's name?
Jacob?
That's it.
Sorry, Jake.
That's all right. Great people. We enjoyed the company we were with.
We enjoyed the ride down and the funny antics on the drive of 5.5 hours.
Let me tell you something.
It was great.
When you got people just going back and forth in cars, then it is hilarious.
It was great because no cars on the road, so we could literally almost ride side by side. And then, when we weren't paying attention, they went off the exit, and we did not.
But we still ended up right behind
them. The funny thing is, we went off another exit further down, and magically, literally merged
the same place.
Wherever we were going, the same time.
So, hey, it worked out.
It was great. And anybody else that we may have saw at SummerSlam, I know a few of you have subscribed. Thank you. And it was a pleasure meeting you.
We saw, I'm trying to think, we saw a TikToker. I don't remember the guy's name.
You're right.
Next time I do, I'm going to shout him out on here. We saw him at a GCW event, and it was just cool to watch. Somebody big like that just sit there and enjoy an event like that. Because we were enjoying it just as much. What an engaging time it was. It just goes to show everybody just who has that love is just really just there to enjoy it and love every moment of it. And shout out to GCW for a wonderful show. Shout out to our friends at ACW who we're going to obviously talk to at some point.
They have a special announcement coming soon.
They do.
I can't wait.
So,
hopefully it's for an event in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we need an event close to us because I don't want to drive far. I want to see them close.
Yeah.
Also, want to see Doyle today. I got a few words for him. And
Doyle to the day.
And your friend, the King of Maryland, King of Baltimore, whatever his name is.
Van Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your buddy.
Comes for you.
But yeah, we want to thank all of you for subscribing, commenting. Make sure you hit that little what?
Notification bell.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Yep. So find us.
So you can see his crazy hat wearing. You never know what he's gonna wear, guy. And well, me, I'm me.
Yeah. Amish guy. Make sure you find us on YouTube, TikTok, and
Discord.
even Discord.
Discord channel.
All right. Find us.
Make sure you
interact.
Acknowledge the Discord.
Oh boy, I'm not acknowledging Roman Reigns yet. He has to earn my respect.
Ooh.
He's got to earn it.
That's a big word for you.
Yeah, that's not given yet. He's got to earn it.
That's a big word.
But yeah.
You don't know how to spell that though.
Hey now. But it's come to that time. We thank you guys for everything. This page is what we love to do. Football, baseball. It's just a crazy time right now. We got
Football
fantasy draft coming up. Oh my goodness.
There's 2 weeks probably. Week or two we will start doing our weekly football.
Yeah, there's a lot to do ahead. We're gonna get our hands in everything.
Draft tonight.
We do, and I really hope I don't pick 12th. I'm tired of picking last. And anywhere like 6 and above, I'm good with.
You're still gonna be ran through anyway at the end of the season, so that's great.
Possibly, we'll see. But we thank you guys. We look forward to the next episode.
Yes.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.